say your third vice president. How about it for Shelby Clark? And a little bit louder now for second vice president Wyatt Blackmore. And let's bring a little bit more noise. How about it for first vice president Sean Bassert? Wyoming FFA members and guests, your association president, Anya Ivy Moody. Yahoo! These are your association officers. Let them know you love them.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the second session of the 2025 Wyoming FFA State Convention. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if at their station, and report back to you, Madam President. The parliamentarian.
Stationed by the President.
Why by the President?
I serve as an advisor and consultant to the President and members on procedural matters. I keep in my possession a copy of Robert's Rules of Order, our Constitution and bylaws, and the official FFA manual. It is my duty to see that parliamentary procedure is carried on efficiently.
The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
Stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from Maine to Hawaii.
The Treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over the meeting in the absence of the President, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the President so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our President, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 1,290 members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood,
honor agricultural opportunities,
responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the second general session of the 98th Annual Wyoming FFA State Convention, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Good evening, Wyoming FFA. How are we feeling? Okay, I admire the enthusiasm from the back. Awesome. Well, I'm sure you've all been very busy today competing in your various competitions, and you're excited for a one-of-a-kind session tonight. Your session host is quite the amazing individual and a dear friend of mine who also happens to be from the northeastern side of this amazing state. She has grown her leadership abilities this year, and I'm honored to have been alongside her throughout it all to observe that growth. So, ladies and gentlemen, who has two thumbs and is super excited to host your session tonight? No, not me. Your session host tonight is my dear friend and your state president, Anya Ivy Moody.
Wyoming FFA, who's ready for session 2 of the 98th Annual Wyoming FFA State Convention? Yeah! Good deal. That makes me excited. It's going to be a great night tonight. Tonight, we are here to celebrate the power of individuality. Just like those dancing moves I saw earlier, there are some pretty cool individuals out there. No corduroy jacket, or the member wearing it, is the same. Every single member here brings something special, whether it's your story, your skills, or your talents. As we dive into tonight's session, let's reflect on how our individual contributions make Wyoming FFA stronger, and how our uniqueness empowers us to lead in different ways. In tonight's session, we are going to award the members who have excelled in their respective competitions by utilizing their strengths. We are also going to award our CDE and LDE competitors, crown our Proficiency and Agriscience Fair sweepstakes winners, and enjoy some one-of-a-kind FFA talent. Speaking of amazing individuals, I know two awesome state officers that are going to give their retiring address tonight. Finally, we are going to recognize the individuals who have helped power Wyoming FFA this past year in remarkable ways with the Honorary State FFA degree ceremony. And what better way to round out a session and embrace the power of our individuality than an inspiring keynote presentation by Rhett Laubach. And speaking of individuals, I would like to introduce you to our first guest of the night, Laramie County Commissioner Gunnar Malm. Mr. Malm is a sixth-generation, lifelong Laramie County resident. When he's not serving Laramie County as a commissioner, he's a real estate agent with Coldwell Bank, the property exchange. Mr. Malm and his fellow county commissioners oversee the Archer Complex, this amazing facility that we get to call home for Wyoming FFA State Convention. Wyoming FFA, let's welcome Mr. Gunnar Malm to the stage.
All right, can you hear me? All right. I'm not very good at getting the mic very close to my face sometimes. So first, thank you guys so much and welcome to Laramie County and to the Archer Event Center. I think this is your 5th year here at the Archer Event Center, and we are so proud to have you and get to show off this facility that the voters of Laramie County approved to help agriculture in our community as well as various other endeavors throughout the year. And we were just very grateful. I'm always happy to participate and welcome you here, serve you lunch, dinner, occasionally judge, but just very much appreciate the work of State FFA and you guys hosting this here in our facility. I wanted to touch briefly on what FFA kind of means to me. I'll go ahead and tell you that I didn't take advantage of the opportunity to be an FFA myself. That is something that I deeply regret. But I do have to tell you that my dad was a proud member of FFA from Albin, Wyoming. And the impact and the lessons that my dad learned as a member of FFA not only let him be a very successful community member, business owner, but an extremely great father that I'm very, very grateful for. And I credit a lot of that to the lessons that he learned in FFA. And so I thank all of you for what you do, because I know the impacts that you'll make throughout your lifetimes are going to be great and enormous. And so thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great week.
Mr. Mom, we are extremely grateful for your powerful words of advice and wisdom. We can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your evening to join us at convention. We also would like to express our appreciation of Laramie County for hosting us in these incredible facilities. Thank you so much for your efforts on our behalf, and we would like to present you with this cup.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, these next members really know how to separate the good from the bad. You might think this, You might think the CD is all about fluffy sheep and cozy sweaters, but don't be fooled. Each of these members brings their own unique perspective and precision to the task, analyzing every fleece with more precision than most people picking their next Netflix show. From crimp to cleanliness, they focus on every individual strand, because in wool judging, even the fluffiest mistakes don't make the cut. Yeah. So grab your seats and get prepared to be blown away by the sheer talent of these wool judging members.
In the 2025 wool judging, your third high individual, coming to you out of the Snowy Range FFA, Shea Churches. Your second high individual, also coming to you from the Snowy Range FFA, Shanna Stenson. And your high individual, out of the sheep country of KC FFA, Adrian Brubaker. Be sure you join us on stage. We'll let those individuals make their way to the front stage. For the team results, your sixth high team comes to us from the Green River FFA. Your fifth high team, John B. Kendrick, FFA. Your fourth high team, Chief Washakie FFA. Your third high team will be the Pal Shoshone FFA. Your second high team, KCFFA. I know you're waiting suspensefully. We'll let those guys get to the stage before I announce your high team. And your high team, with the Wyoming FFA banner, Snowy Range FFA. These are the 2024 and the 2025 Wool Judging State Champion team. Let's give another big round of applause for all our wool judging contestants, and a big congratulations to Snowy Range FFA.
Our next future leaders know that proper range management is about keeping the soil, grass, and livestock all thriving together. These members aren't just grazing through life, they're managing the land with the precision of a well-planted seed. Rangeland management participants showcase their individuality by applying their unique knowledge in areas such as plant identification, range condition evaluation, and sustainable land use principles. So let's give it up for the ones who can keep a pasture healthy and the weeds at bay.
In your range management, high individual, Cora Grant from Glen Rock. Cora, if you'll please make your way up onto the stage for us. Our high individual is in the restroom. We won't let her know that we told you all of that. So, for your second high team, Chief Washakie. Your second high team, Chief Washakie, on the stage. Make some noise. And your high team will be Glen Rock. They are your 2025 Range Management State Champion team.
Y'all know there's something special about country music. It's not just about boots and guitars. It's about real life, the kind of stories that come from the heart. Well, this next gal, she didn't sit around waiting for someone else to write her story. She sat down, put pen to paper, and wrote her very own. Please give a warm welcome to Kaya Castor from the Tongue River FFA.
Hello, Wyoming FFA! How are y'all doing tonight? So this song that I wrote is telling a story of like there's so much dark in this world and there's so much hurt and you can get lost and caught up in it, and it's telling a story that there is a light, and that light is the Lord Almighty. So here we go. The lamb was lost, weeping for help, lost without hope and no place to go. He called from the hill with a loud voice, and that keeper says, my child, you are lost in the dark, yes, you are blind. So look around and there's a light that shines so bright. The lamb will run around in circles, but there's a keeper who shed his blood for the lost little lamb that is crying for help. And that keeper says, my child, you are lost in the dark, yes, you are blind. So look around and there's a light that shines so bright. The keeper will lead the lost little lamb home. And for giving love the lost little lamb that is crying for help. And the keeper says, my child, you are lost in the dark. Yes, you are blind. So look around and there's a light that shines so bright. My God, you are my protector. My God, you show me the light when there's darkness all around me. And my Lord, my God says to me, my keeper says, my child, you are lost in the dark. Yes, you are blind. So look around and there's a light that shines so bright.
Wyoming FFA, how are we doing tonight? All right, well, my name is Ron Rabo. I am Spencer's dad, and I've got Spencer's bestie, Wesley Miles, up here with me. And at 4 years old, Spencer Rabo's inquisitive mind went to work as he eyed the blue hydraulic jack in the shop at Rabo Farms. I will admit that when he began to disassemble it, I found myself holding my tongue as the pieces and parts began to spread themselves across the concrete floor. Well, Spencer inspected each part with a sense of fascination, and then he gradually began to assemble the jack until all the parts were back in place. Well, the jack, which had provided over a decade of service, was never to work again. But nonetheless, Spencer was quite impressed with his first mechanical project.
For over 6 years, Spencer has been my best friend and a huge blessing in my life. In my mind, the best words that describe him are hardworking, passionate, and honest. He's always the first to step up to help others and always puts others before himself. His zest for life and desire to serve Christ are inspiring. His incredible spirit and example of character is a shining light to us all. The world is a better place with Spencer in it.
Spencer's mom, Julie, and I are humbled by the Lord's blessing of this young man, the deep love that we feel for him, and the joy and pride that he brings to us and to others is really something far more than what I could ever describe. So, ladies and gentlemen, Wyoming FFA members and distinguished guests, for his retiring address, please welcome your 2024-2025 State FFA Sentinel, Spencer Rabo.
The 10-foot heart in John Deere Creek. On a hot summer night, he rode Billy Bob Love Charlene and let her 3-foot high.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this fall, I had the great honor of receiving my very first speeding award. And now, it really was a great life-changing experience, but it's awful darn hard on the insurance. Before the officer walked away, he said, "Slow down." And in my head, I thought, yep, because what else am I going to do after I just got a speeding ticket? But it reminded me of a friend who's sort of like my grandpa. He always said, if you slow down, you'll go faster. Now, I don't know how that works, but since we're on the speed topic, life's been pretty speedy since last May. I graduated high school, finally, and now I could go on to live my dream, which was, I'm actually not sure, because I thought I wanted to farm, but it was like I'd reached the climax of this awesome movie, and then the screen changed, and it said, the end. So what was I going to do now? I decided I would work on the family farm and be the best state officer I could be, and worry about this in the fall. Before I knew it, fall was here. Now, I still didn't know what the heck I was going to do with myself, so I decided to enroll in this certificate program. Now, after I started, I thought, yep, that probably wasn't for me, because I really just wanted to farm. So with all of my wonderful wisdom and intellect that I've collected over the last 19 years, I made the executive decision to blow off school and instead spend my time working. And now, this was a pretty poor decision on my behalf, because I ended up failing every class I had, basically. I was exhausted, I couldn't focus on anything, and I really didn't feel like I was accomplishing much. Along with those, I was taking an EMT course, I was working on the farm, and trying to fulfill my state officer duties. And the list is about this long of other things I had to do. One day, I was wondering why I was struggling so much. And of all the things, I found the answer working cattle. It'd just been one of those days where absolutely nothing was going right. But at the end of the day, nobody was really that upset, and I thought that that was pretty interesting. At some point during the day, I heard my dad's cattle partner tell him. He said, Ron, we just have to take things in stride. Now, for my dad, I thought that advice was basically useless because he had told me this I don't know how many times before, and now somebody was giving him the same advice. It was like a tractor that doesn't have any hydraulics, not helpful. I knew that taking in stride meant to take things as they come, one piece at a time, sort of like that Johnny Cash song, you know? But I didn't understand what taking in stride meant until I spent a few days thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, everything just clicked. The reason he had said this was because my dad had been stressed about our day. And the reason I was struggling so much was because I had been trying to do too many things too fast. Yep, turns out that old timer was right. Again, if you slow down, you'll go faster. See, what he meant was by slowing down to do a good job, you can accomplish more. Oftentimes, we try to do too much, and we are convinced we have to get it all done right this second. In my case, I was so focused on what I was going to do that I completely forgot to focus on what I was doing. Taking in stride isn't an excuse to slack off, but it's rather a strategy for staying present. Matthew 6:34 says this, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today." So my point is this, not everything has to happen right now. I still believe you need to work hard, chase your dreams, and strive for success. But good things take time. Seniors, you are at your very last FFA convention ever. Take it all in and enjoy every moment. And for freshmen, you have an entire 3 years left of FFA. Don't rush your experience because you have plenty of time. We can all do a better job taking time to enjoy the little things in life that we only get one chance to experience. Wyoming FFA, please, put your best effort forward always and take it in stride.
Spencer, throughout this year, you have shown our entire team that just because we slow down doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun. You're the glue that holds this team together, and you have a heart of gold. Stay that way. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, your 2024-2025 Wyoming FFA State Sentinel, Spencer Rabo.
They settled down on 80 acres, raising sweet corn, kids and tomatoes. They went together like a hand and a glove.
Will the employment skills finalists report to the VIP room at the north end of the stage? That will be your left. If you put your hands up like this, you look like this, that way. Okay? Good deal. Now, let's be honest. We all know the only thing harder than getting up at 5 a.m. for chores is explaining to your friends why you smell like a barn at school. But today, we're here to celebrate the power of individuality, because each of you has brought your own unique passion, drive, and creativity to your supervised agricultural experience. You've put in the effort, the sweat, and probably a fair amount of late nights. This year we had some very impressive submissions for Wyoming Proficiencies that brought us to creating a Proficiency Spotlight to recognize one of our members that really shines. The 2025 Wyoming FFA Proficiency Spotlight is Presley Fitzwater of the Saddle and Sirloin FFA chapter. Presley, please join us on stage to accept your reward. Fitzwater joined FFA as a freshman and did not come from an agricultural background, so finding an SAE took some brainstorming with her advisor. Fitzwater loved to write, so her ag teacher suggested an Ag Communications SAE, where she could write agriculture-related articles. Initially, she secured an internship with her local newspaper, mainly covering ag-related topics and FFA chapter activities. The experience led to her serving as chapter reporter. Her sophomore year, she was given the opportunity to write for the Wyoming Livestock Roundup. This role came with greater responsibility, including meeting weekly deadlines and working at a faster pace. The Wyoming Press Association even recognized her with an honorable mention of the Pacemaker Award for agriculture reporting in small weeklies. Congratulations, Presley Fitzwater, on winning gold in the Wyoming FFA Ag Communications Proficiency area. Although proficiencies are an individual effort, it takes a chapter to take home this prize. I'd like to give a big round of applause to everyone who's worked hard, embraced their personal abilities, and earned their place in the Proficiency Sweepstakes. We're excited to recognize the incredible impact of your dedication. Your 2025 Proficiency Awards Sweepstakes champion is the Chief Washakie FFA. Will the chapter please come forward to receive your award? Next, we're going to celebrate the members who've cultivated some serious solutions to the toughest challenges in agriculture. From feeding the world to saving the planet, these individuals have truly harnessed the power of innovation to drive change. These motivated members of the Agriculture Issues LDE have dug deep, pun intended, into the pressing issues facing agriculture, and their efforts are nothing short of inspiring. By tapping into their unique abilities and perspectives, they've shown what can happen when passion meets purpose. Now it's time to give them the recognition they deserve for wielding the power to make a real difference in the future of agriculture.
And now for our Agricultural Issues Forum with our Superintendent, Julie Volker from Farm Credit Services. Please join us on stage. Receiving 6th place is the Saddle and Sirloin FFA. Your 5th high team is the Green River FFA. The 4th high team in agricultural issues is the Snowy Range FFA. Your 3rd high team is the Riverton FFA. The 2nd high team is the Thermopolis FFA. And your champion team in the Agricultural Issues Forum, representing the state of Wyoming at National FFA Convention, from Laramie County, the Frontier FFA. Team members include Reagan Allen, Brody Medina, Danielle Matala, Alexandra Mitchell, Cooper Miller, Brendan Nagy, and Hannah Schick. Let's give a big round of applause for all our contestants in the Agricultural Issues Forum.
These next members are here to showcase the power of individuality in the agriculture industry, because agricultural professionals are the ones who think outside the field. This competition isn't about following the script like everyone else. It's about bringing your own unique approach to the table. In the Employment Skills LDE, members submit a cover letter and resume, complete an application and telephone interview, and participate in a preliminary face-to-face interview. We're here to honor those who embrace their personal abilities and make agriculture better in their own way. With that, let's meet our Employment Skills champions.
And now your results in the Employment Skills Competition. In 6th place from the Frontier FFA, Colton Schick. Joining us up on stage in 5th place from the Casper FFA, Garrett Burkett. In 4th place from the Burns FFA, Hayden Hubbard. Third place in employment skills from the Saddle and Sirloin FFA, Presley Fitzwater. Your reserve champion from the Thermopolis FFA, Timbler Eckley. And your champion representing Wyoming at the National FFA Convention from the Riverton FFA, Danny Santee. Congratulations, all the participants in the employment skills. Let's give them one more round of applause.
This year, Wyoming FFA lost some very important people. We would like to take a moment to honor Jimmy Patrick Johnson of the Snowy Range FFA, Bill Stewart, retired Douglas FFA ag teacher and Wyoming FFA poultry CDE superintendent, and Howard Jernett, retired Casey FFA ag teacher and bus driver for Grable and Basin FFA activities. We would like to extend a moment of silence for all Wyoming FFA members, alumni, and supporters that were lost this year. Thank you. Today, we gather to celebrate individuals whose remarkable contributions have left a lasting impact in their fields and this organization as a whole. These honorees have shown exceptional leadership, vision, and dedication, and it's with great pride that we recognize their achievements. Their work has inspired countless others, and their commitment to excellence continues to shape the future. This ceremony is not just about degrees. It's about honoring the legacies they've built and the paths they've paved for others to follow. It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of the ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Madam Secretary, would you please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership?
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agricultural education and the FFA, and who have rendered outstanding service, may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Will the candidates please rise?
Parliamentary procedure is a symbol of democracy. People must combine their efforts into a cooperative system to arrive at group decisions in an orderly manner. Parliamentary procedure offers this system. I welcome you to membership.
It's my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you this symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my honor as secretary to add your name to our list of honorary members.
As vice president, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
It's okay. On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you have been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you honorary membership in the Wyoming FFA and present you with this token of membership. Please enjoy these short videos from our sponsors.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Out here, we know how to get things done. It takes an eye for the detail and a mind for the bigger picture. We treat our coworkers like family because they are. And when a neighbor needs a hand, we offer them both, and some tools, and a tractor. Because out here, we know what goes around comes around, that the good we plant today, we reap tomorrow. At Tallgrass, we believe that when farmers and ranchers do well, we all do well. That's why we're supporting the Wyoming FFA Foundation with a $100,000 matching gift drive this holiday season. Learn more and support the next generation at WYOFFAFoundation.com.
If I could get all the speaking finalists to report to the backstage real quick, please. All speaking finalists report to the backstage. Well, you're first. Jamie Hagler, Casper, Wyoming, is the owner and manager of Nolan Feed in Casper. She has been a supporter of all 3 FFA chapters in the county. She helps members with feed rations and livestock weight management solutions. She supports local fundraising for labor auctions, vendor-supported fundraising. Jamie has also been on the Livestock Sale Committee for several years and helps make Nakrona County's junior livestock sale a success for buyers and sellers. Jamie.
Next is Raynell Hindman from the Bow River FFA. Raynell Hindman grew up in Crowheart, Wyoming. When it came time to start teaching agriculture, she stayed in her home state, first teaching in Thermopolis. Now she's the advisor and ag teacher for the Bow River FFA. Raynell says she loves teaching ag because she gets to watch her students grow in their knowledge of the industry and improve in their leadership skills. She enjoys guiding students and finding what they want to do with the rest of their lives and watching kids meet new people from across the state. Let's give it up for Raynell Hindman.
Lisa Ketter, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Served on the Wyoming FFA Foundation Board for 6 years, including terms as president and vice president. As the owner and CEO of Next Gen Feed Solutions, LLC, she works closely with local farmers and ranchers operating both a cow-calf operation and extruded cow horn business. She is actively involved with the Burns Lions Club, Oasis Church, and the Cheyenne Frontier Days, a passionate advocate for the FFA. She enjoys mentoring students and educating others about agriculture. Lisa Kettner.
Next, coming to you from Rawlins, is Mike Young. Mike is well known among the southeastern Wyoming FFA chapters. He has been a loyal bus driver for the Bow River FFA for the past 6 years. It has supported their chapter in many endeavors. He was also on the Carbon County School District #1 board. Mike supports members in every way possible. He attends banquets and state convention sessions. He would decorate the bus in preparation for state convention and help motivate students in their CDEs and LDEs and anything else they work forward to in their FFA careers. Let's give it up for Mike Young.
Dennis Sun, Casper, Wyoming. Dennis Sun is a fourth-generation Wyoming rancher, as well as the owner and publisher of the Wyoming Livestock Roundup, a leading agricultural newspaper serving the state's farmers and ranchers. Since purchasing the Roundup in 2005, Dennis and his wife Peggy have ensured it remains a vital resource for industry news, market trends, and conservation issues. The Roundup is a proud partner of the Wyoming FFA Foundation, using their platform to highlight the next generation of agricultural leaders. Give it up for Dennis Sun.
Next up is Stephen Davidson from Tallgrass Energy. Stephen Davidson is the Vice President of Public Affairs at Tallgrass, where he leads the company's public policy and community engagement efforts. His career includes leadership roles at Enbridge, Moda Midstream, Cheniere Energy, and the U.S. Department of Energy, along with military service as a U.S. Army Sergeant. Stephen played a pivotal role in securing the largest gift in Wyoming FFA Foundation history. As a catalyst behind Tallgrass's generous support, Stephen has helped expand opportunities for FFA members across the state and has demonstrated a lasting commitment to the future of agriculture. Let's give a big round of applause to Stephen Davidson.
Cheney Byer, Sheridan, Wyoming. Cheney Byer, there you go. Yes. Is an ag teacher and FFA advisor in the John B. Kendrick FFA program of Sheridan. Cheney grew up in Sheridan, but started her teaching career in Sidney, Nebraska. She loves teaching ag because it's a subject applicable to every human being across the nation and over other subjects. Cheney's philosophy in FFA is where the rubber meets the road. She loves FFA for vast opportunities for students to grow and develop into good people and find their interest in careers. Cheney Byer.
Next up now is Nick Edelman from the Lovell FFA. Nick Edelman is currently an ag teacher in Lovell, but has spent time teaching in Glendo and Hewlett as well. Nick grew up in Douglas, Wyoming, where he was a past FFA member and the Wyoming State FFA officer. His favorite part of teaching agriculture is watching his students grow their skills and confidence. Whether it's in welding, livestock, or leadership, he works to instill a strong work ethic and passion for the industry and his members. One of Nick's proudest moments teaching was helping a student receive a congressional nomination to the United States Naval Academy. Let's give it up for Nick.
Superintendent Megan Degenfender Cheyenne. She is the superintendent of the public instruction for the state of Wyoming. Superintendent is she's a sixth generation Wyomingite who grew up ranching an oil and gas family. Her background has been a driving force for her to support the career and technical education in Wyoming. Her administration has expanded opportunities for CTE students in Wyoming, including competency and work-based learning pilot programs where students can move at their own pace. She also increased funding of Wyoming's career and technical organizations and led the state of Wyoming's growing next-generation leaders. Superintendent, thank you.
Next, coming to you from Cheyenne, is Karen Bud Fallon. Karen is a Cheyenne attorney and rancher. For more than a decade, Karen has been assisting the Cheyenne FFA chapters as an agricultural issues forum coach. She encourages her team members to take on tough and complicated topics that are important to Wyoming's agriculture. Karen has hosted training sessions for other chapters and always brings insight and ideas back from National FFA Convention to improve our Wyoming event. Karen has been a staunch advocate for agriculture over her entire career, helping local ranchers with property rights and federal regulations. Let's give it up for Karen Bud Fallon.
I now welcome Vinny Dolbo, Riverton, Wyoming. Vinny is a foreman at DJ Land and Livestock in Pavilion. He is a former FFA member from Riverton High School. Vinny wasted no time applying Living to Serve, part of the FFA motto. He's been helping with FFA camp as a counselor, technician, and role model for 7 years, and assisting with sound and technology at the state convention for 5. Vinny is the secretary of the Reach Club in Riverton, serving up to 400 elderly per day, and a team member of the Bighorn Basin Discipline Ship Walk. When he's not doing any of these activities, you might find him on a snowmobile, fishing, boating, or fixing equipment. Vinny, we thank you for all you do.
Next up is Dr. Jenna Shim from Laramie. Dr. Jenna Shim is the John P. Jack L. Bogan Dean of College of Education at the University of Wyoming. She has a long history of dedication to education, working as a professor in the School of Teacher Education, and serving as an associate dean for 3 years before becoming dean. Dr. Shim is an advocate for career and tech education and has been a strong supporter of agricultural education and FFA. Jenna and the College of Education were the driving force behind our newly created agricultural education contest. Dr. Shim understands the importance of agricultural education, leadership, and FFA, as well as our teacher pipeline. Let's give it up for Dr. Jenna Shim.
I now welcome Mr. Chuck Kern from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Chuck Kern serves as the Assistant Director of Instruction for Laramie County School District Number 1. Throughout his career, he has dedicated himself to supporting educators and students, previously working as the curriculum coordinator and Perkins director in Carbon County, and as the principal of Laramie High School in Albany County. Chuck excels at securing funding to provide programs with updated equipment and resources, ensuring students have access to valuable learning tools. His deep appreciation for career and technical education and agricultural education drives his commitment to student success. Thank you, Mr. Chuck Kern.
Next is Dusty Hudson from Casper, Wyoming. Dusty Hudson is the Windy City FFA advisor. Originally from Imperial, Nebraska, Dusty has been a teacher for the last 17 years. He says the best thing about teaching ag is there are so many areas for students to explore. SAEs are his favorite part of FFA because they foster individual growth and excitement for the ag industry. Dusty takes tremendous pride in watching his students start as uninterested freshmen and grow into successful graduates excited about their future in agriculture. Let's give it up for Dusty Hudson.
I now welcome Bobby Geis from Campbell County. Bobby Geis is a sheep producer in Campbell County, parent of past FFA members, substitute teacher, and overall instrumental piece of the Gillette FFA programs. She serves as a member of the Coal Country FFA alumni and supporters group. She helps members expand their SAEs through their sheep flock. She also provides educational materials for students like dehorners and shears so students can gain hands-on livestock knowledge. Thank you, Bobby Geis.
Coming before you is Magdalene Lagarda from the Riverton FFA. Magdalene is an ag teacher and FFA advisor in Riverton. Originally from Lawrence, Tennessee, she student taught in Gillette before joining the program in Riverton. Beyond basic ag and career skills, Magdalene emphasizes understanding and inclusivity with special education students in her program. She says seeing a member transform and become a great leader, capable of planning and executing committee events, is one of the most satisfying parts of her job. Please give a round of applause for Magdalene.
I now welcome the one and only Larry Melbourne. That's right, make some noise for this man. Larry is sixth-generation Wyomingite. He works as the grounds manager at Laramie County Events Center at Archer here. And he is a Wyoming FFA Association go-to guy when it comes to convention setup. He's the man. While he loves to give us a hard time, he never fails to make our vision a reality. Larry works tirelessly to make events like our convention and the Laramie County Fair a success. He has served as president and vice president of the Wyoming Association of Fairs and has dedicated more than 3 decades to agricultural youth of Laramie County. Thank you, Mr. Larry Melbourne.
Here's Gary Nash from Worland, Wyoming. Gary Nash of Gary Nash Auctioneering has been an auctioneer at the Washakie County and Bighorn County Junior Livestock Sales, donating his time for more than 30 years. Gary has auctioned livestock off for the Chief Washakie, Tent Sleep, Paint Rock, Grable, and Lovell FFA chapters, selling thousands of head of livestock, all for the benefit of Bighorn and Washakie County 4-H and FFA kids. He has also been the auctioneer at countless chapter and labor auctions. Gary's love of the kids is evident when you see him in the ring. On behalf of all the FFA chapters in the Bighorn Basin, thank you for all that you have done for us. Give it up for Gary Nash.
I now welcome Redo Equipment from Cheyenne, Wyoming. When the Wyoming FFA state officers developed a plan to raffle off a UTV to benefit the association and the local chapters, Redo Equipment stepped up to help. They donated a 2024 John Deere crossover utility vehicle to the Wyoming FFA for raffle. Part of the proceeds from the raffle will be used to create a Wyoming FFA member relief fund, a crisis fund to help our members just when we need it most. To date, the raffle has raised more than $50,000 for the association. Let's give a big round of applause for Redo Equipment of Cheyenne, Wyoming.
What? Okay, Anya, you can do this. It's just 5 paragraphs. You've memorized it 1,000 times before. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words.
So basically, from my research, I've learned that wolves are pretty bad.
Emma, what are you doing?
I'm giving my extem speech.
No, this is the creed competition.
I'm pretty sure this is the extem competition.
No.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, hey guys, what are you doing here?
I'm here for the creed competition.
I'm here for extem.
This is the prepared contest.
I think we're all a little confused, but these next members knew exactly what they were talking about. In the FFA Creed competition, members memorize and recite the FFA Creed, demonstrating their understanding of its values. They are judged on their clarity, confidence, and expression, as well as their ability to successfully answer questions about the Creed's meaning.
In the extemporaneous speaking contest, students draw an agricultural topic at random, prepare a speech, and present it to a panel of judges. These students have to know how to think quick on their feet.
Students competing in the popular and challenging prepared public speaking LDE research a current issue in agriculture and write a creative manuscript to inform their audience of their chosen topic. The judges score the students based off composition, content, and delivery of the speech. Students competing in this contest build skills in confidence, communication, and knowledge of the agriculture industry. Let's meet our winners.
Will the Creed speaking finalists please join us on stage? Ladies and gentlemen, your awards for the Creed speaking contest. We'd like to give an enormous thank you to our superintendents, Ty Berry and Craig Spatz. All right. In 6th place from the Gillette FFA, Shay Zellini. Also in 5th place, also from the Gillette FFA, Corbin Stiver. In 4th place from the Jim Bridger FFA, Brock Cantlin. Your 3rd place Creed speaker from the Snowy Range FFA, from the Snowy Range FFA, Shay Churches. your reserve champion from the Laramie Peak FFA and the Crowley. And your champion creed speaker from the Burns FFA, Michaela Curlis. Let's give a big round of applause for Michaela. Congratulations.
Will our extemporaneous speakers please join us on stage? Let's give a huge round of applause for Craig Spatz and Ty Berry. In 6th place, from the Lander FFA, Cadence Comer. Receiving 5th place, coming to you from the Riverton FFA, Tessa Kenyon. In 4th place, coming from the Burns FFA, Riley West. In 3rd place, from the Saddle and Sirloin FFA, Callie Christensen. In 2nd place, coming from the Casper FFA, Trevor Campbell. And representing Wyoming at National FFA Convention, coming from the Frontier FFA, Brody Medina. Will the prepared speaking finalists please join us on stage? Our trophy and plaque sponsor coming from the Burns FFA, and our CDA travel sponsor is the Northern Ag Network. Receiving 6th place, coming to you from the Frontier FFA, Reagan Allen. In 5th place, from the 10 Sleep FFA, Bree Jackson. In 4th place, coming to you from the Burns FFA, Hayden Hubbard. Receiving 3rd place, coming from the Gillette FFA, Briley Stivar. In 2nd place, coming from the Riverton FFA, Danny Santee. And your champion prepared speaker, representing Wyoming in Indianapolis, Indiana, coming to you also from the Riverton FFA, Emma Hill. Please give a big round of applause for all our prepared speakers.
While Shelby is backstage preparing for retiring her dress, I won the right to introduce our next talent performers. There are a lot of great duos out there. Peanut Butter and Jelly, Sundays in football? What about Dolly Parton and Carl Dean? And National Blue and Corn Gold? Well, this next duo is right up there with the rest of them. Let's introduce singing Restless Mind by Bridger Wolfley and Gracie Jackson from the Star Valley FFA.
It's 2 a.m., the TV's on. Am I alright? Hell, I don't know. It's getting harder to be myself. Every dim lit corner of this house is cold as you when you walked out. Said I didn't know how to love. I pray at night to get relief in a bloodstained Bible that I read, besides the nights that I do drink. To see you home's my dying wish, but that's just something God can't fix. There's no good days on this side of hell. And you said, watch the way that you light that wick, 'cause the field's getting dry and it burns up quick. Like the way your restless mind lets in every demon when you don't know why. When the walls close in and I'm lost in all my sin, if heaven lets me in, will I see your face again?
I can't be your angel all the time. Only God knows that I've tried. Can't fix every broken part of you. You spent so much time just living in the dark, and I hope you know that wherever you are, there's two paths you can take.
And I said, watch the way that you light that wick, 'cause the fields get dry and it burns up quick. Like the way your restless mind lets in every demon when you don't know why. When the walls close in and I'm lost in all my sin, if heaven lets me in, will I see your face again?
You spent so much time just living in the dark.
And I hope you know that wherever you are, we spend so much time just living in the dark. And I hope you know that wherever you are, there's two paths you can take. And I said, watch the way that you light that wick, 'cause the fields get dry and it burns up quick. Like the way your restless mind lets in every demon when you don't know why. When the walls close in and I'm lost in all my sin, if heaven lets me in, will I see your face again?
Good evening, Wyoming FFA.
I'm Clayton Clark.
I'm Shaylee Clark.
And I'm Hayden Hubbard.
This moment feels surreal as we have the privilege of introducing someone very special to us, our baby sister.
And my dearest friend.
From the very beginning, Shelby has always set big goals and had even bigger dreams. Yeah, she was spoiled as the baby of the family tends to be, but she is also one of the most driven and determined people we know.
I've had the pleasure of serving on an officer team with Shelby in the past, and it doesn't take long to notice that Shelby is passionate about everything that she does. This year, Shelby's passion for Wyoming FFA has left a remarkable impact on everyone she's interacted with. It has been a blessing to watch Shelby serve you authentically and live faithfully.
Through hard work and perseverance, she didn't just follow a path, she created one. Through livestock judging, showing, and everything in between, FFA has turned from just an activity to her passion and her calling.
Last year, when her name was announced as a Wyoming State Officer, it was a proud moment not just for her, but our family, our friends, and our community. Watching her grow into the fierce leader, dedicated advocate, and incredible young woman she is today, is nothing short of inspiring. Wyoming FFA, please help us and welcome our baby sister.
And your state third vice president,
Miss Shelby Clark.
Every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high.
For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5-7. When I stepped into Mr. Spatz's ag classroom for my very first FFA meeting as a nervous 7th grader, I had no idea what I was getting into. My heart was pounding, my palms were sweaty, and I questioned whether I even belonged. That first step was terrifying, but looking back, it was one of the most important steps of my life. That moment was only the beginning. What I didn't realize then was that the self-doubt wouldn't just disappear. It would follow me throughout my journey in FFA. One of the hardest moments came when I was preparing for the district speech contest. I was supposed to give the FFA creed about a week later, but I kept telling myself, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I even told my advisor that I wanted to quit. His response was a small note card that showed up on my desk just minutes later. It read, "Stay positive even in hours of darkness. You can accomplish whatever you put your mind to. We have dreams, and those dreams are for us to chase. Never let go of them. And if they get away, keep chasing them. Remember, pandas aren't cute and cuddly. Just like life isn't always fun and fair. But don't let that stop you from chasing your dreams. Mr. Green." That note changed everything. The next week, I took the step. I competed in the district speech contest. And although I didn't advance to the next round, I was completely okay with that because I almost let self-doubt win. I almost gave up. But instead, I took the step. Maybe you're thinking of entering a speaking contest or signing up for the livestock judging team. Whatever it may be, if it excites you, but also scares you a little, take the step. My journey with self-doubt did not end with the creed contest, however. It resurfaced again when Mr. Luna and Hayden Hubbard pushed me to take a step I never thought I could take. They encouraged me to run for state office. I remember being very hesitant. I questioned whether I was ready, whether I was good enough. But they did not let me shy away. They pushed me, reminded me I had what it took to succeed. And because of them, I took the step. Maybe you're thinking of stepping up to lead a committee or running for a chapter office, but you're unsure if you're ready. Believe me, I know that feeling. But I also know the only way for you to grow is to take the step. It was Wednesday night at FFA camp. We had just given our Vespers, and I thought mine went horrible. But then I opened the door to cabin 2, and laying on my bed are a stack of Happy Grams. There was one that stood out to me. Shelby, you are such an amazing leader. I have a feeling that you are going to accomplish so many amazing things this year because you already are. I am so glad someone I look up to so much can feel the same way as me. Emma Davis from Little Snake River. That note helped me to keep pushing forward. It reminded me that even when self-doubt tries to creep in, keep pushing forward. It was another reminder to take the step, even when fear tries to hold you back. Another one of these times is a moment that I will never forget. Emma and Sage, 2 of my fellow state officers, gave me a gift with the words of Proverbs 31:25 painted on the side. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Those words have stayed with me ever since. They reminded me that no matter the doubt, no matter the challenge, I have the strength and dignity to face it with a positive heart. That gift was a symbol of strength that I have gained from each of you. It was another reminder to take the step. That first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important, because that first step, it leads to every other opportunity in your life. Wyoming FFA, I challenge you to take the step.
There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing.
Shelby, you are clothed with strength and dignity. We have had the honor of serving next to you this past year, and you've become one of my bestest friends. Thanks for all the joy, laughter, humor, and always being by our sides. Wyoming FFA, for the last time, your 3rd Vice President, Shelby Clark.
Sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong.
Now strap in, because Wyoming FFA Agriscience Fair isn't your grandma's science fair. It's a techie, muddy, agricultural revolution. Today, we're celebrating the bright young minds who take getting your hands dirty to a whole new level. From solving world hunger to designing robots that might one day harvest your tomatoes, these members have harnessed the power of individuality to create groundbreaking innovations. This year's Agriscience Fair contest brought a lot of very impressive projects. According to the judges, one team rose above and beyond. We have two very bright young scientists in the audience today. I would like to invite the 2025 Wyoming FFA Agriscience Spotlights, Brody Medina and Reagan Allen of the Cheyenne Frontier FFA. Their project titled Mediating Mental Health, Analyzing Agricultural Education, Financial Literacy, and Adolescent Agricultural Depression is very impressive. The study was an analysis of the effect of agricultural education on adolescent depression, with financial literacy serving as the mediating variable. Data was collected from 658 adolescent agriculturists across the United States. The analysis demonstrated that agricultural education reduces the risk of adolescent depression through its positive impact on financial literacy. Medina and Allen credit the assistance from their advisor, Mr. Joe Allen, and expert collaborators, including University of Wyoming faculty, Laramie County School District psychologist, Bud Fallon law offices, and their teachers at East High School. Improving financial literacy within agricultural education can serve as a targeted solution for adolescent agricultural depression. Congratulations, Brody Medina and Reagan Allen, for winning gold in the Social Science Division 5 category and being our 2025 Proficiency Spotlight. While each member brings their own creativity and innovation to tackle some of agriculture's biggest challenges, only one chapter had the best Agriscience Fair showing. Let's hear it for our Agriscience Fair Sweepstakes champion, whose individuality and fresh thinking are truly planting the seeds for a brighter future of agriculture. Your 2025 Agriscience Sweepstakes winner is the Chief Washakie FFA. Will the chapter please come forward and receive your award? I am honored to introduce a major contributor to the Wyoming FFA Association. Let's give a warm welcome to the Farm Credit Services of America, who will be introducing our keynote speaker for the night. I apologize.
Good evening, Wyoming FFA. How are you tonight? I love it. I like it. I want some more of it. I am Robbie Alexander. This is Julie Volker, and we are with Farm Credit Services of America. At Farm Credit Services of America, our mission is to be agriculture's most valued partner. We want to be partners in the pursuit of tomorrow, in the pursuit of the future, and believing in the future of agriculture, just like many of you. And because of that, we are here today to make an investment in your future. We are proud to pair with Wyoming FFA in finding a keynote speaker for the night and have them come to present.
So you really need to know only 3 things about your next speaker. He's going to set some big challenges ahead for you. He is going to make you laugh along the way. And thirdly, he guarantees he will not speak longer than you stop listening, before you stop listening. So Rhett Laubach is a professional speaker, leadership trainer, author, presentations coach, and owner of Your Next Speaker, LLC. Rhett has presented to Keynote seminars clear across 48 states, in Canada, the Bahamas, and to over 2 million audience members. Rhett is a product of FFA. He grew up on a pig farm in Oklahoma, earned his American FFA degree, and has served 2 terms in the as an Oklahoma State officer. His most proud fact is that his dad taught ag education, for over 30 years. Rhett and his family live in Edmond, Oklahoma. So please give it up for a warm welcome for Rhett Laubach.
Thank you. Hey, please continue the round of applause for Farm Credit Services as well as all the other phenomenal sponsors. Come on, like you mean it. If it's not hurting, it's not working. Woo! Son, I am glad they only invited the good-looking people to the Wyoming FFA State Convention. That's how you say FFA, by the way, is FFA. Everybody say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. FFA. Everybody turn to the 2 good-looking people sitting beside you and say to them, FFA. Go! I have really my primary objective tonight. I got a personal handwritten letter from every FFA advisor in the room. My primary objective is to basically drain any energy and power you have left in your body so that you will go immediately to sleep whenever you get to wherever you're sleeping tonight. So in the interest of that, let me just tell you, I speak your language. I have the honor, the privilege to say that I have the Green Hand degree, the chapter degree, the state degree, the American degree, the honorary state degree, the honorary American degree. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds, achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists, and a promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. Can I get an amen? I said, can I get an amen? Yes, something is wrong with me. I believe the question that we are going to examine in our final moments of this session tonight is, do you believe and what do you believe in? Now, you all know a few things about me. I need to find out one very important thing about you. Let me hear some noise if you believe that you are from the best FFA chapter in the state of Wyoming. Make some noise. Okay. Not bad. Now, follow question, if I may, and I may because I'm holding the mic. Make some noise if you believe that even if you're not from the best FFA chapter in the state of Wyoming, you know that you at least are trying your best and you are from the best looking FFA chapter in the state of Wyoming. There you go. Please don't miss tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. These people will be teaching the humility workshop over on campus. So if we are really going to make the most of this evening, we need to do a couple things. Everybody sitting in the bleachers over here, you have one task and one task only, and that is to scoot as far this way to your left as possible. We need to leave no spaces between you. Do that now. Everybody in the bleachers over here, you need to scoot as far this way as humanly possible. Everybody on the floor in the VIP seats, everybody's task in the middle is to scoot all the way to the middle as you possibly can. You're going to leave all the empty chairs on the outsides. Please, court, hit us with some party in the USA while everybody scoots to where they're supposed to be scooting. Let's go. Come on. Everybody over here, scoot this way. Everybody over here, scoot this way. Everybody in the middle, scoot to the middle. Leave all the empty chairs on the outside. Same way with the people in the bleachers in the back.
With a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning kinda homesick. Too much
Keep it going.
That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song.
Keep it going.
And a Jay-Z song.
Come on. Sing it to us now. Here we go. What is it? It's a party in the FFA. It's a party in the FFA. And freeze. Everybody clap your hands. Oh, well done. All right. Nice job. Turn to the two people sitting beside you and say, thanks for showering this morning. Yes. It is getting late in the day. The Quarter and the Roy do not breathe. Thank you for your personal hygiene. Hey, well done. My lands, I will repeat just a little bit of the introduction that was given to me. I've had the wonderful honor and privilege to speak to over 2 million audience members in my professional career. I got started in the HH. That's the 4-H, right? Matter of fact, by the way, I was supposed to say hi to a member of the Gillette FFA chapter, Cameron Gladson. Hello from your, I know I've known your mother forever. Yes, and Mr. Justin, so hello. But got started in the HHHH and then to the F to the F to the hey. I am one of those very privileged people that get to say that I owe my career to my active involvement in the FFA. And even when I'm not in front of the blue and gold, I lift up and celebrate this phenomenal organization. And I'm going to give you one reason why. What we do in FFA is we are grateful when you show up. We appreciate showing up. You have shown up to this convention. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, Saturday, you have shown up, and we are grateful for it. But the real big reasons why I celebrate the FFA and I introduce the FFA to so many people is because, yes, we are grateful for showing up, but in the FFA, we reward effort. We reward hard work. So my question for you, are you ready to finish the hard work of today's convention with me over the next few minutes? Because I guarantee you this, you're going to only get 100% effort from this guy. And the reason why is because you deserve it. You deserve only 100% effort from me. My question for you, are you in a space right now where you are ready to commit to give 100% effort for the remainder of our few moments at this convention? Because I guarantee you something. I will guarantee you this. If over the next few minutes you are 100% present, you are right here with us, you are learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve, you are believing that this moment matters, somebody in this room over the next few moments is going to have a change of mind. Somebody in this room is going to have a change of heart. I guarantee it. I've seen it. It's happened 1,000 times. And somebody in this room, it's going to happen to them sometime before I run out of words. Now, I don't know if it's going to be you or not. I don't know. But here's the other thing I'm going to guarantee you. If you are not totally present, if you are not 100% committed in this experience, I guarantee you that person who has a change of heart, a change of mind, I guarantee you it will not be you. And that's another reason why I love, support, celebrate the FFA, is because when you are fully committed, when you are involved and actively involved, when you lean into the S to the A to the E, when you learn into the C to the D to the E, to the L to the D to the E, when you get your F to the A on, it changes your life. Can I get an amen? Oh! So now that we are emotionally ready, now that we are physically ready and thankful that the people beside us took a shower this morning, let's see if you're really ready for the moment. First task, scoot to the front edge of your chair, please. That's right before the shortfall. Scoot to the front edge of your chair. Help the people beside you if they need some assist. Scoot to the front edge of your chair or your bleacher, whatever you're sitting on. Shortfall is, or the front edge of your chair is right before the shortfall. Now, if you're on the front edge of your chair, now put your feet firmly on the ground for me, please. Put those feet firmly on the ground. You need to get a firm base underneath you. If you're vertically challenged, you can dangle them. That's perfectly fine. I said that out loud, didn't I? I did. Yep, that's on you, Julie, in the Farm Credit Services. I said that out loud. If you're following instructions so far, you're sitting on the front edge of your chair, your feet are sitting firmly on the ground or as close as possible. Now I need you to sit up as straight as you can, please. Woo! Look at how tall you are. Hello. If you have anything in your hands, you need to set those things down. If you have a phone, if you have a book, if you have a drink, if you have a small fur-bearing animal, anything in your hands, you need to set it down, all right? Your hands need to be free of all obstacles. Look at the two people beside you, say, good job so far. I think we forgot to mention that I have 3 offspring. They're all, yeah, they're all females. 2 of them have been dating, and I'm a really nice, friendly fella. But if whoever keeps kazooing doesn't put those kazooings down, I'm going to bring the dad out and bring it on you. Can I get an amen? My assistants that are in the audience, you know if you're sitting close to them. So you're sitting up straight, your feet are firmly on the ground, you're on the front edge chair, you with me, say, uh-huh. Say, oh, yeah. Your task now is to take one hand and put it like this or like this, the other hand and put it like this or like this. What you're going to do is you're going to hover your 2 hands above or below the 2 hands of the 2 people beside you. Now, hover is a fancy word for stop touching him, okay? You're going to hover your hands above or below, and you're going to keep them exactly still. Now, you remember what I challenged you with earlier this evening. Are you 100% ready to commit to tonight's experience? Your way of showing me that you are is you follow these instructions to a T. Feet firmly on the ground, sitting up straight, front edge of your chair. One hand out, the hand like this or like this. Other hand outside like this or like this. Hovering above or below those 2 people. And your hands are perfectly still until further instructed. Here's the instructions. Do not move a single muscle until I count to 3. And on the count of 3, and not until then, we are going to do what's called a team round of applause, which means when I count to 3, you're going to, what are you? There we go. What are you, practicing? There's not an award, right? I have not counted to 3. Are you committed or are you not? Because I will wait until you are. When I count to 3, you're going to clap with the 2 people next to you until I count to 10. Now, research shows 26% of the room are going to be injured. So turn to the 2 people beside you and say, this going to hurt a little bit. Here we go. On the count of 3, you're going to clap with the 2 people next to you until I count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stop. Woo! Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Good job. Turn to the 2 people beside you and say, good job so far. Oh, nice. When they flipped the lights on, I saw some of the people sitting on the end of the rows clapping with their imaginary friends. That's commitment. Nice job. So you just said, good job so far. That means that was only the practice round. I don't know if you know this or not, but there is not a whole lot of leadership that happens at state convention. This is where we celebrate leadership that has happened. This is where we get to highlight the leadership of others. Leadership is what happens back at home in one of these 67 and 4,000 member strong phenomenal FFA chapters. So round 1 was just practice. So let's get ready for round 2. Here we go. Same thing. Feet firmly on the ground, front edge of your chair, sitting up straight, hands out to your side. Thank you. Round 2 is going to work just like round 1, only there's one small difference. In round 2, your eyes are closed. Now, don't begin yet. I have not counted to 3. But go ahead and close your eyes. Now, I have 2 large trucks, headlights coming right at me. I can't even see the front row. I am putting my trust in you that you are totally ready for round 2. Feet firmly on the ground, sitting up straight, front edge of your chair, hands hovering above or below, 2 hands beside you, and eyes closed. On the count of 3, with your eyes closed, you're going to clap with the 2 people beside you. Here we go, till I count to 10. Ready? 1. 2. 3, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stop! Woo! Hey, Court, hit me with a little Craig Morgan, if you would, please. Give your friends that just assaulted you a big round of applause to a little bit of Craig Morgan. Oh, yeah. Turn to someone sitting behind you, tell them great job. Turn to someone in front of you, tell them great job.
I'm the son of a 3rd-generation farmer. I've been married 10 years to a farmer's daughter. I'm a God-fearing, hard-working combine driver, hogging up the road on my plower, chug-a-lug-a-lugging 5 miles an hour on my international harvester.
And freeze! Nice job. Thank you, Court. Thank you, Court. Hey, everyone say thank you, Court. And all, of course, people, we got Court, we got Jeff, we got Paul, we got Vinny. He's not my cousin, but I wish you were. The wonderful staff back here doing a phenomenal job. Who's ready to go to round 3? Give me a round of applause. You want to do round 3? Anybody? No, we can't, actually. Sorry. We can't do round 3. Round 3, legally, we can't do round 3 anymore. That was a weird day in Louisiana in 2008. Who would have thought? I didn't know that he would bleed that much. It was weird. So, What was it? I'm joking. That's a joke. It was actually Michigan. So the question is, why in the world would we spend a solid 8 minutes of our very valuable, extremely valuable, if you only knew how much money and investment of time and energy it takes to put on a state FFA convention? Why would we invest 8 minutes of our lives playing a little game called Slap Your Neighbor? Well, that's why I'm here. The reason why we did this is going to be discovered from a couple of follow-up questions. Question number one, round of applause if in round one, with your eyes open, you were able to clap with the two people beside you. Give me a round of applause if that's yes for you. Yes, of course. Well done. This thumb's for you. Okay, very good. Yeah. And why were you able to do that? Well, obviously, it was a very simple task, right? You've got the hands, you've got the things, you got the bada boom, bada bing, bada boop. It was, easy peasy. Go to. Some of you, though, I could already tell when they flipped the lights on, have a future in management. Some of you, whenever I counted to 3, in both rounds 1 and 2, some of you just sit there like this, letting the other people do the work. That's a future manager. Well done. So, yeah, of course, you were able to clap with the two people beside you in round 1 because you got the skills to pay the bills. Follow-up question, if I may. How many people, round of applause, in round 2, with your eyes closed, without the gift of sight, you were able to clap with the two people beside you? Round of applause. Yes. Of course. Right? Yes. Okay. Stop celebrating yourselves. It's like, yeah, I was awesome. Woo-hoo! Right? Yeah, it was easy. In round 1, you were able to do this and remain seated. I'm a professional, even if you can't tell. And in round 2, you were able to do this. Right? I mean, it was no big deal. It's no big deal. It was simple. Very simple. So some of you may still be asking yourself, hey, self, what's the point? The point is this. Our job as FFA members, advisors, sponsors, supporters, our job is to lead. Our job is to form opinions about the industry of agriculture, informed opinions, and share the truth. Our job is to lead through our effort, through our deeds, not just our words. Our job is to go to work for the industry of agriculture, for education, right? And there's a lot of things in that task and in that effort that work just like round of applause. With your eyes open, with your eyes closed, you were able to accomplish your task. You were able to accomplish your goal. It was easy to do. There's a lot of things in leadership that are easy to do. And there's a lot of things that we don't have to understand for us to still be able to lead and guide others. Right? An example, I've been a professional speaker full-time since 1999, have been speaking since the age of 2. I have been on thousands of stages all over the United States of America. I have held thousands of these in my hand, this wireless microphone. But if you ask me, hey, Mr. Speaker Boy, do you know how that technology works? How does that work to project your voice? I'd look you straight in the eyeball, probably the right one, and I would say, I got no clue. I do not have my eyes open to that. And how do I feel about that? Perfectly fine. I don't care. When the microphone is not in front of my face, my voice is at this volume. And when I put this microphone in front of my face, now I sound like the voice of God. It works. It works. I don't have to understand how it works to do my job. Now, some of you in this room just heard a very important lesson. You don't need to understand everything to be able to lead others. You for sure don't need to pretend like you know everything to lead others. You need to figure out what is important, what you need to have your eyes open to, and then go to work. But the real reason why we did the team round of applause is to highlight the lesson that there are some things in our lives as leaders, in the FFA, in your home chapter, in your school, in agriculture, in education. There are some things that we do have to have our eyes open to. We must have a firm belief about if we are going to earn and build trust with others. An example, if you have anyone in your life today that has worked to convince you that you do not have worth and you do not have value and you are not good enough to be able to do something, right? You must have your eyes open and understand fully that that person is not talking about you. They've got something going on in their life, and they are reflecting that on you because you have value. You can accomplish what you put your mind to, but it takes effort. I loved seeing all these prepared and extemporaneous and creed speakers up here, figuring out who can what, and what line. Because I was in that place whenever I was their age. And for the middle schoolers up in here, whenever I was in middle school, I didn't even like talking to myself, let alone talking to others. I'm the youngest of 5. I had zero self-confidence. I was pushed, encouraged to get involved in giving speeches in the HHHH and FFA because my advisor was my father. Best dad I've ever had, and he knew that I needed something to build that because I didn't like who I was. And that's another reason why FFA absolutely freaking rocks, because it puts us in situations that challenge us, that frustrate us, that anger us, that totally destroy us, but for the purpose of building us up into who we are going to be tomorrow. And somebody in this room, you needed that reminder just now. You needed the reminder that you have a voice in your head. That's the person that talks to you more than anybody else. And somebody in this room has got to change that script. You got to flip that script over. And you got to believe that you are capable. But we are grateful for showing up in this organization. But we reward effort, hard work. You're putting it in tonight because you're around the right type of people. One of the examples of practicing leadership at something like this is we get to be around people that lift us up, that encourage us, that are okay with doing silly things for good purposes. And that's what it is all about. Let's say we are practicing this here. How is that reflected back in your home chapter? Give me an if you have ever held a gun and went out hunting. Give me an if that's part of your life. Give me an if you're packing heat right now. Please do not say yes. Like, how did he know? He's been reading my mail. Now, who we hang around with, matter of fact, the top 5 people, the 5 people that we hang around with most whenever we are between the ages of 12 and 20. Let me say that again. When we are between the ages of 12 and 20, that is a very large portion of the people in this room. The 5 people that we hang out with the most, That is who we are becoming. Half of who you are and who you will be for the rest of your life comes from D to the N to the A. You can't change it. It came from your mama and your papa. You got it. I'm going to be fighting blood pressure for the rest of my life because I got German, Caucasian, watch your, your diet there, tough guy. That's in my DNA. But the other half of who the person is that's sitting in your chair is based off the people that you hang around with. The 5 people that you hang around with the most. And some of these people may not necessarily be looking out for your best interest. An example, I enjoyed hunting where I grew up in northwest Oklahoma. I graduated with 36 people, okay? It was a village, really, not a town, all right? And we have phenomenal deer, turkey, pheasant, dove, rabbit, raccoons, squirrels, whatever's legal. And my buddy and I, we're going to go do some hunting one day, and then we know that there's a farmer that's just a couple of miles down the road that we'd never done any dove hunting on this property. And we decided that this was going to be the weekend we were going to make it happen. Y'all with me? Say yes, sir. Now, once I got into high school, I did kind of come out of my shell, and I was the negotiator whenever we would go out as friends and do things. You probably have a negotiator in your fin group. We have some people that kind of like keep things to themselves. Now, you let Billy go talk. He'll talk them into it. Well, I turned into that once I got into high school, got more actively involved in FFA, baseball, a number of other activities in school. And so we went to this old man's house. We pull up in my truck. My friend stayed in the vehicle. I went up and I knocked on this man's door. He came to the door, and I said, hello, sir. You know who I am. I'm Rhett Laubeck. I live down the way. My friend and I, we would like to do some dove hunting on your land today. Is that okay? And he looked at me, and he said, no, sir. And he started to shut the door, and I put my foot so the door wouldn't shut. And I said, sir, this is where the negotiating starts. I said, sir, really, we won't do any damage. We will only shoot your dove. Can we just do it just for us? We won't tell anybody, right? And he said, okay, well, here's what we'll do, okay? He said, look over there to your left. I looked over there to my left. He said, you see that old mule standing over there? I said, yes, sir. I did not know where this was going. He said, that mule we've had for years. It's old, worthless. I just cannot bring myself. He's like a family pet. So old man said, I cannot bring myself to putting him down, and my wife is totally against it. So here's what I'll do for you, Mr. Rhett. If you go shoot my mule for me, I will let you hunt on my land for dove today. I was like, bonus. We shoot your dove, we shoot your mule. We don't care. Let's go. It was like the best negotiating day of all time. Now, as I was making it way back to my truck, I remembered that earlier that week, my friend that was in the truck played a dirty trick on me, and I was going to get back at him. So I come up with this plan. I started acting like I was mad, and I got back to the truck, and I opened the door, and I sat down, and I slammed it shut, and I said, you will not believe what this man said. He said we cannot hunt on his land. He says there's no way we can hunt on his land. Furthermore, he said we will never be able to step foot on this land anymore. I'm so mad. I'm going to go shoot his mule. I grabbed my gun. I got out of that truck. I ran over there. Boom! I put that mule down with one shot. Right then I heard boom, boom. My buddy was running back to the truck. I shot 2 of his cows. Now let's go. I said, you did what? I shot 2 of his cows. Let's go. Yeah. You want to talk about needing to come in a Jesus meeting? Oh. Now, in all honesty, and the people in the room that were standing on this stage earlier getting awards and placements for speech contests, make sure you quote your sources. That was a story told by one of my favorite comedians of all time. He's from Yazoo City, Mississippi. His name is Jerry Clower. But the story holds true in that we got to be careful with who we hang around with. We got to be careful who we're listening to. We got to be careful who we're letting in our minds and in our hearts. Because that joke was just a joke. That never happened. But I have made decisions where I've influenced friends in the past that did not help them move forward. I have made decisions in the past that have helped friends move forward. The question for you is, what type of friends are you listening to, and what type of friend are you? Now, I have the great benefit of having my friend Wilson with me this evening. Now, Wilson, as opposed to Castaway, the movie, is not a volleyball, it's a tennis ball. And the reason why Wilson is here is to emphasize, and cameraman, if you wouldn't mind focusing on Wilson, he's better looking than me, please and thank you, is to emphasize a very important point. There you go. Give the cameraman a round of applause. Is it over here? Is it right there? Yeah. Boom. Hello. Oh. Back it up. Go that way. And close enough. The reason why Wilson's here is not because I like tennis, have anything to do with tennis. I believe God made a ball so it could be the shape of a football, but that's a different story. Wilson is here because 10 years ago, almost exactly, I was diagnosed with a tennis ball-sized brain tumor. And when they discovered this tennis ball-sized brain tumor, the oncologist, who's a cancer expert, the oncologist that was at the hospital in Oklahoma City, the day that I went in, because I was having some trouble with my eyesight, so I went in to get a CAT scan. The oncologist that was at the hospital on that day, and he works at many different hospitals, that oncologist that was there was one of the 16 people who we started pre-K and went all the way through high school graduation in my small little village of Laverne, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing happens accidentally. He was there on purpose and for a purpose. And after the MRI came back, Dr. Jess Armour, again, who we've known each other since we were 5 years old, he told me the straight truth. He said, this is a meningioma, which the chances of having cancer are really low, but there's still a chance. And that part of the story is God put Wilson in my life, but has never put cancer in my life, and I'm blessed for it. The reason why I share this story with you is not only because, please, pay attention to how you treat your friends. You never know when they're going to cross paths with you again in the future. The reason why I share this story with you is because as soon as it was discovered that I had this brain tumor the size of a tennis ball and they were going to have to take surgery and take 9 hours at a hospital in Dallas, Texas to take it out, as soon as they discovered it that day, friends and family members obviously came in. 3 of my best friends, who are all professional speakers, got my calendar on my phone from my family, and they went through my calendar. This was the month of August in 2014. These 3 gentlemen, as well as a couple of others, figured out how they could go do all of my speaking events for the rest of that calendar year. And in my work, 60%, many times 70% of my work happens between August and December. And they figured out how they could do all of this work, and they told my family and I, you all just pay our travel expenses, and we will gift you all that income. We'll go do all that work for free. It's good to have friends. It's better to have friends like that. But you don't get friends like that by just showing up. You get friends like that, and you are a friend like that through hard work and effort. And one of these three friends, he did almost twice as much work as the others just because it worked out in his calendar. And he was one of them that went with me. My first speaking event, I was not on I-80, but I was on I-70. It cuts through Kansas and Colorado. I was at a morning breakfast for a Farm Bureau, and my friend was sitting in the back of the room as I gave this morning speech. It was my first speech back after being off for 5 months from this brain tumor surgery. And he was sitting in the back of the room, 600 people in the room, right? And I saw about halfway through my speech, I saw him get up and walk out of the room. He's one of my best friends in the world. We've known each other at that point for 20 years. He got up and left. I was like, well, that's a friend. Nice. So I finished my thing, and bada boom, bada bing, betty boop, and went out, and I was back to driving then, and so we got in the truck, and as I was getting on the on-ramp to I-70, I asked my friend, I said, I saw you got up and leave the room. Why did you do that? And as he started his answer, the tone of his voice was a tone that I've never heard him speak in ever in our entire relationship. So I literally pulled onto the shoulder of the on-ramp and stopped because I knew whatever he was getting ready to say was probably going to be something pretty major. And he looked at me and he said, Rhett, before they discovered Wilson, last summer, I was this close to committing suicide. This close. Now, I knew part of his story. He was at the back end of a 4-year-long divorce. He wanted to stay together. She didn't, and he was this close. And he told me, he said, Rhett, because you had Wilson come in your life, and you needed me to go out and do all that work and do it all for free. I just did it for my brother. Just did it for my friend Rhett. It changed how I felt about my place in this world. It changed how I thought I could bring value to this world because I was this close. Before that day, when people would ask me, why do you think you got a tumor? I would say exactly what my friend since we were 5 years old, Dr. Jess Armour, told me. He said, we're probably never going to, it's probably been there for 15 years, we're probably never going to know why it's there. And when one of the most renowned oncologists in the 5-state region tells you something like that, you say, yes, sir, and move on. But then, after my friend said that because I got a tumor and needed his help and my family needed his help, and he went out and did all of that work for the same reason that so many adults in this room and earlier this evening and today and yesterday do what they do for you because it's the right thing to do. It's why we're put on this earth, because he did that. It saved his life. And so from that morning after, when someone asks me, Rhett, why do you think you got a tumor? I say, because my friend still needed to be alive, period. If he walked in this arena right now, you'd see a happy man that has, in the last 10 years, changed thousands of people's lives, giving speeches. Now, how did this work? Why does this work? Well, the reason why this works is because I was going through pain. my family was going through pain. And the reason why pain exists on this earth, the reason why struggles exist on this earth, the reason why we hurt is because it provides other people opportunities to serve, opportunities to give, opportunities to help. My friend's life was saved because he did and was reminded of the importance of what's on the back of every Wilson that I take. Live to serve. That's what is on the back of every Wilson that I travel with. Live to serve. Do your research. Google it. AI the heck out of it. You'll see it. Everywhere where goodness happens on this earth, there are people that are not only struggling, but there are also people who are serving. Learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve. What's in your heart? What do people see when you walk in? Who's hurting in your life that needs your service, that needs you to lean into them a little more? Who in this room is hurting right now that you're holding it in out of shame or guilt? You haven't forgiven yourself or someone else, and you are not allowing other people to serve. I don't know if it's you. But if it's you, in either one of those cases, I'm glad that I was here. I'm grateful that I showed up. And your life is going to be rewarded because of our effort this evening to wake you up, to change your heart and say, it's time for me to go to work because I believe in the future of agriculture, in a faith born not of words but of deeds, achievements won through the past and present generations of agriculturists in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I love you. I heard you. I appreciate you. And I'm grateful that I got to spend time with the Wyoming FFA tonight. Go do something with it. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Lavak, I would like to start off by saying that we are grateful for you showing up tonight at our state convention. You bring so much energy, and I'm sure that every single member here was present in the moment. Even though we may be struggling, your advice and words of wisdom to persevere with hard work, effort, and commitment truly stand out, and we can't thank you enough for that. Your involvement in FFA truly shows, and as a token of our appreciation, you get a Wyoming FFA cup.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Farm Credit Services of America, we can't thank you enough for sponsoring tonight's amazing keynote speaker. We appreciate your unwavering support and dedication to ensuring that Wyoming FFA members are prepared to conquer their endeavors in life. Let's give you another round of applause for the Farm Credit Services of America and Rhett Labak. Well, it's the end of session 2, and that means we are officially halfway done with state convention. But we still have so much more in store to round out our week. Tomorrow, we'll hold our final CDEs of the year. horse evaluation, farm business management, poultry evaluation, marketing plan, and agricultural sales. We will also take care of business at the delegate business session, where we will vote on important notions affecting our association. And then we're right back here for session 3, where we will nominate or confer our state degree recipients, name our state stars, and finish the night off with one rocking FFA member dance. Tonight, every single member here brought something special to the convention stage, utilizing their individual talents. That's the power of individuality. Our diverse strengths and skills make us stronger together. As you go through this convention week, just remember this: you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be yourself. Will the state officer team please join me on stage for closing ceremonies? Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
Please make sure to clean up your area and join us tomorrow night for the 3rd general session of the Wyoming FFA State Convention at 7 p.m.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this, the 2nd session of the Wyoming FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and, above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag. I now declare this session adjourned.
Wow, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. So good, so good. I got you. Wow, I feel nice. A sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice.